They stood at my door like ghosts, hesitant, smaller than I remembered. 8 years. 8 years of silence, of being the disappointment, the ungrateful son, the one who ruined family dinners. And now my parents stood on the marble steps of my mansion, clutching each other as if wealth had a smell, and they were following it home. I opened the door slowly. My voice came out steady. "Mom, Dad." They froze. My father's lips parted first, but no words came. My mother tried to smile. It trembled, cracked halfway. I watched the color dream from her face when she realized who was standing behind me, hand on my shoulder, wearing the same calm confidence she used to mock. The man who took their son's place. It wasn't supposed to be this way. 8 years ago, I was the failure. The one who dared to leave the family business. I wanted to build something real, something mine. They laughed when I said I'd make it on my own. My father called it a phase. My mother called it betrayal. When I refused to return, they made it clear I was no longer welcome. No calls, no visits, no invites to reunions. They replaced me at every table, every photo, every memory. And they replaced me with him. Ethan, my cousin, the golden boy who always wanted what I had. My friends, my ideas, my parents' approval. When they turned their backs on me, he was there smiling, pretending to be the perfect son they never had. I remember the last family reunion I attended. My care had already been moved. His name written on the card where mine should have been. My mother had said lightly, "You're always so busy, dear. Ethan's been helping out so much." Helping out, that's what she called it. Years passed. I didn't respond to their invitations because there were none, but I watched from a distance, quietly. Ethan took over my father's company. My parents boasted about him online, his brilliance, his loyalty, his success. But I knew the numbers. I knew how Hackett corners, how he charmed investors with smoke and mirrors. While he posed for photographs, I built my own empire. Silent, ruthless, efficient. I didn't rush. Revenge isn't loud. It's precise. The first crack came when Ethan's company lost a deal to a new investor group. He never knew it was me behind the bid. The second was when one of his executives, handpicked by me, fed him projections that led to a disastrous acquisition. Each misstep was small, invisible, deliberate. By year 5, the company was bleeding quietly. My father called it a rough patch. My mother prayed. Ethan drank. I waited until everything was nearly gone, until my father was forced to sell what remained to cover the debts Ethan created. The buyer's name was hidden under layers of subsidiaries, mine. And then a week ago, they came home to find a letter waiting on their doorstep. An invitation. Not to reunion, to a celebration. My celebration. I knew they'd come. Pride may be loud, but desperation always whispers louder. Now here they stood, surrounded by marble floors, high ceilings, and everything they once said I'd never have. My father's voice finally broke the silence. "Son, we didn't. You made it. I finished for him." "No, you didn't." Ethan stepped forward from behind them, face pale, hands trembling. "You bought the company," he said quietly. You ruined me." I looked at him. Really, looked. The tailored suit he used to flaunt was wrinkled now. His eyes, once smug, were hollow. "I didn't ruin you," I said. "You did that when you took what wasn't yours." He swallowed hard. My parents said nothing. Maybe they finally realized this wasn't luck. This was consequence. I motioned toward the grand hallway behind me. "Welcome to the home you built your pride upon. Every brick of it, every inch of marble came from the empire you handed me on a silver platter." My mother whispered, "Why, son? We're family." That word tasted foreign. Family? I stepped closer. Family doesn't exile their own. Family doesn't erase their son from every photo, every story, every table. You replaced me, remember? No one spoke. Even the air seemed to hold its breath. Ethan's voice cracked. "You planned this all along?" "Ismailed, not all along. Only since the night you toasted to my absence." They left soon after. No tears, no apologies that mattered. Just the sound of retreat, of shoes on marble, of pride shattering quietly against the door I closed behind them. I walked back to the window, looking out at the city lights. My city now. For years I thought revenge would feel like victory, but it didn't. It felt like silence, heavy, final, complete. I didn't gloat. I didn't celebrate. I just stood there breathing in the quiet I had earned 8 years ago. They taught me what exclusion felt like. Tonight, I taught them what it looked like, and as their car disappeared beyond the gates, I whispered the truth I'd waited years to say. He found out who took his place. Then I turned off the lights.